Welcome back to the Possibility Storm. I'm your host Izlain, and we're back with a new gameplay video. A couple of weeks ago, the stream team decided that we would run a poll in our Discord community and allow them to pick what decks we would play during this stream. The poll ran last week, and we ended up with some ties. As such, we picked randomly from those ties and played decks that the community chose for us. This is the result. Stay tuned. If you enjoy the content, consider supporting us over on Patreon at patreon.com/thepossibilitystorm. For as little as $1, you can help us keep the lights on. Tiers include Discord benefits, one-on-one deck building help, and even physical merch. Thank you to those who have already pledged, and thank you to everyone who drops a like, subscription, and comment here on the channel, as it all helps us grow. Now let's check out our commanders. Kirk is going first this time, and he's playing his Borb and Fblthp deck. These mashup cards came out with the last Phyrexian invasion and saw a number of interesting characters paired up with others to take the fight to Elesh Norn's forces. These guys are unique in that on ETB there is a loot trigger due to Fblthp, and then there is a discarded land clause that deals damage to any target due to Borb. They can also be thrown into the library, which was another Fblthp ability, but that's not likely to be used. Generally, this commander wants to be flickered with cards like Deadeye Navigator to draw out the deck, but has a number of other lines to find victory. I'm next, and I'm playing my newly updated Evelyn deck. I've removed some of the extraneous flicker spells in favor of some more interaction and draw engines, but this is still primarily a Worldgorger Dragon deck, as she is the only commander that can run the combo without needing a creature in the graveyard to close the loop, as you can use your own removal on her to stop it. Also, with cards like Volver and Epicure or Mount Doom, you can kill the table without needing to close the loop at all. We also have Breach and Thoracle lines if those present themselves first. It's Grixis, so it does the thing and it can do it quickly. Going third is the Rev, and he's playing the partner pair of Jeska Thrice Reborn and Arden. This is a Boros equipment deck that can suit up Arden quickly and then use Jeska's zero ability to apply triple damage to its partner to kill players quickly. Jeska also works as a removal tool to get rid of hate bears or blockers to make Arden's job easier. A number of creature combos like dual caster lines and Kiki Jiki lines can also end the game on the spot with infinite attackers or multiple combats. Last but not least is Joey piloting one of his favorite lists and one you've seen here on the channel many times over the years. It's Pure and Toothy. The Simic value train piles on a number of efficient draw engines to apply counters to Toothy and then digs to find flicker spells to draw even more cards with the commander. Pure can compound the counter problem quickly, and the game typically ends with an FD deck and a Labman or Jace trigger to win. So there you have it. Let's see who finds their way to victory this time.
Oh, I'm good to go. Does anybody have pre-games?
I have a pre-game.
Oh, okay.
I'm pre-gaming this gemstone, exiling a Born Upon the Wind.
Yeah. That's what you draw.
Big
Look, everybody.
plays.
We'll go Verdant Catacombs, crack it, lose a life. I'll find a Taiga. After I find Taiga, I'll cast Mana Crypt, cast Professional Facebreaker. Pass turn.
We'll turn and draw. We'll play a Luxurious Suite. I'll play a JLo. I'll play a Lotus Fellow. I think we just pass.
Draw for turn. Play a Spectator Seating. Cast a Mana Crypt.
Everybody's got the crypts. Oh, baby.
Tap one for a Shadow Spear. Cast a Mobile. Cast Arden. Move to combat. Attach the Shadow Spear. And pass turn.
Untap nothing and draw. Play this Boseiju as land for turn, and I'm going to play this JLo. I don't have flash speed though, so I'm going to have to play my commander. That's all I got. Pass turn.
Untap, upkeep, roll for Crypt. Odds damage always for me. That's odds. I'll take 3. Go to draw. Move to combat. Izlain, you're the black deck, so coming your way for 2.
Take 2.
Wait. Don't you have an action?
Oh, I could flash it in, but it has Menace.
Oh, wait. Menace. All right. Yeah.
I don't know.
Blue and a colorless. Cast Ledger Shredder. Spend a green. Cast a Delighted Halfling. Trigger my Ledger Shredder.
I think I will respond to the draw. Hold on.
To the draw.
Yeah, I'm just going to mental misstep that Delighted Halfling.
Then draw. Thank you. That changes my decision greatly. Discarding Fierce Guardianship. Moved end step. Pass turn.
End step. Crack the things. Flash and Evelyn. ETB, we all exile top card of our libraries. I've got a Jamble. Imp Recruiter. Skull Clamp.
Recruiter.
Windswept Teeth.
Move to my turn. Draw. No lands. Do I gamble for a land? Wow. Okay, well, yep. We're going to cast a gamble. We're going to make this gamble spicy. We'll put this in my hand. I will discard a card at random. I discarded a Fierce Guardianship, which that kind of sucks, but...
Hey, look at us go.
I'll play a Mana Crypt. I'll tap Mana Crypt for this Arcane Signet. That's a roundabout way to do better than getting a land.
That's your second spell of the turn, right? The Mana Crypt?
It's third. Yeah, Mana Crypt is second.
Mana Crypt. I didn't give me time. I got
Alright, go ahead.
Draw. Oh, shit. Well, as much as we like to be alike, I'm not casting this gamble right now, so I'm discarding this gamble.
Yeah, I'll just pass.
Untap. Upkeep Crypt Trigger. Odds hurt. Take 3. Draw for turn. Windswept Heath is land for turn. Crack Windswept Heath. Oh, got a plateau.
Plateau.
1 and white. Cast Stoneforge Mystic.
I got up before.
Find a Colossus Hammer. The one floating. Cast a Colossus Hammer.
I have a Ledger Shredder trigger. Come on, lands. Let's go land. That's not a land. Discarding Force of Negation.
Move to combat. Swing 13, lifelink trample at you, Izlain.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Alright, I'll gain 13. Pass the turn.
Put a 1/1 counter on Toothy, on the Toofus. Bite the bullet and play this fucking useless ass Simic Signet. I'm passing turn.
Untap. Upkeep. Roll for Crypt. That's another odds. Taking 3. Go to draw. Hey, land off the top. Look at us. Look at us go. Cracking that Bloodstained Mire. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Go. We'll get a Volcanic Island. Go to combat. Sure. Professional Phrasebreaker at Joey and the Ledger Shredder at Rev.
No responses to both.
Taking 2.
Cool. Trigger, make 2 treasures. 3, 4, 5. It is indeed a Borb, Rigmos, and Fblthp. EB, draw a card. I will just move to end step and pass the turn.
Alright, untap, roll for Crypt. Evens are safe. We rolled a 6, we're safe. We'll draw. We'll play a Mana Confluence because we're never punished. 2, I'd like to cast this Ghostly Flicker, targeting Evelyn and my Mana Confluence. Flicker, ETB, we all mill, or Exile top.
Combat Celebrant.
I mean, Spirit Guide.
Cyclonic Rift.
I had a Fairy
That's
Mastermind.
I will say this, Izlain. If you don't target me with that Psych Rift this turn, I won't swing at you.
I mean, I would do it at instant speed when you swung at me, so that was
Yeah, that's fair.
that was the thing that's on the table here. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass the turn.
And tap, upkeep, Crypt Trigger. That's another 5. I'll take 3. Draw for turn. Ancient Tomb. Tap 3, cast Jeska. 0 Jeska. Swing Arden over at Kirk.
Yep, so I'm going to exile the Simian or the Elvish Spirit Guide for green, crack my treasure for a red mana, and abrade your hammer, destroy target artifact, and then block.
So he goes down to a 3. Yep. Arden will die. And I'll gain 3.
Hi, Arden. I don't miss you already.
Second main. Tap 2 and equip the Shadow Spear to Stoneforge Mystic. And pass the turn.
Are you running Hearth and Home?
No.
Oh, you should. That with Stoneforge is so good as far as like just getting all your equipments out because it flickers. It's super good.
Go to combat, and I'll swing at Jeska for 3.
Yeah, I'll just can die. That's fine.
Second main, I'll tap for 3 and cast Eldritch Evolution, sacking Toothy. Alright, I think I draw the cards first, actually. The 2 cards, the 2 counters that were on him. And then I go searching for a Consphinx. Yeah, I'm shipping the turn.
Untap. Upkeep, roll for Crypt. That's an even.
Yeah,
Before I draw, his lane, are you bouncing it or am I drawing and giving him 2 cards?
You're drawing.
Okay, move draw step.
Con Sphinx trigger on the stack. I'm gonna lose a life, and I'm gonna flash in my Fairy Mastermind so I can draw a card too.
Then when you draw 1, he's going to draw 2 more.
I'm gonna draw 2 more.
Yeah, well, I drew 1.
Yep, so I'm going to go Professional Phrasebreaker at Rev, Borb Rigmos at Joey, and I am going to swing Ledger Shredder at you as lane. And I have a trigger on Borb Rigmos when I move to combat to draw a card. So I will draw.
I will draw as well.
Well, you have to fully resolve that trigger before I draw 2.
Alright, you're discarding. And then
2 damage to your
Okay.
Fairy Mastermind.
No, well, I'll draw before he draws from the Fairy Mastermind. I'll draw 2, right? And then he draws 1 and I draw another 2.
Yep, and then Fairy Mastermind die.
Alright, so you drew your first 2, and then you have a trigger for 2 off of mine, right?
Correct.
And the thing died. Okay, well, in response to your trigger, I'm going to attempt to Pyroblast your Consphinx.
Cast a March of Swirling Mist, exiling a Seagate Restoration, and I'll phase out my Consphinx. And whose turn is it right now? Still
Mine, and I'm attacking you with this, so I'm assuming it's
Yeah,
Borb.
I'm gonna hit Borb as well. Yeah.
Yep, so Borb is phased at the moment.
All right, so
So,
this will phase out, and then I'll draw my extra 2.
And then we're at
We are.
combat. PFB is going to Rev, and the Ledger Shredder, which is currently a 4/6, is going at you as lane.
Yeah, I'll take 4.
And I make 2 treasures. I'll exile a treasure to activate Professional Facebreaker. I'll exile Fairy Mastermind. It's giving
There's no Consphinx yet.
Yeah, yeah, fuck it. All right, well, we'll cast it. So I have a colorless floating. Yeah, fuck it, we'll do this. I'll cast an Elvish Mystic, trigger Ledger Shredder. Draw, discard, fucking Lotus Petal, move to end step.
All
That's
right.
the turn.
Move turn and roll for crypt. Roll 2, I'm safe. I'll draw. Pay 2, and we'll play this Toothy. And then I'm just gonna pass the turn.
Untap. Upkeep. Crypt. Oh, that's a draw
Splicer
for
kit.
turn. Mountain. Elishnorn.
You guys are passing.
I don't just say.
I have nothing on it.
About that. That 3
Nothing I
card
can
hand
do.
sucks.
I fucking hate it, but we're gonna pack.
He can't.
No. You get an Elishnorn under your Toothy, dude. That's a
Well,
great move
sure.
by you. What do you? Yeah, like it's absolutely the right move if you have
Alright.
a counter spell.
Yeah.
You get a free Elishnorn next turn. That's that's all you need to know.
Zone for Jet Kirk.
I will not block. I will take 2.
Trampler. Alright, I'll gain 2. I'll pass.
Untap
watch.
and yoink a card.
Things back. She phased back in.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna play an island, and I'm gonna play a Lotus Petal, and I'm gonna cast a Flesh Duplicate.
I have a Ledger Shredder trigger.
That's just because that's
I'm
my
gonna
partner's
discard Noxious Revival. You could
It
Psych
will-
Rift the damn thing so he can't get a copy of it.
I guess that's correct. I guess I'll lose a life and cast Joey's Psych Rift to target the 6.
Okay, so I'll pick something else then, right? I'm gonna get the fucking Toothy, I think. I'm gonna tap for 3 and cast a Heuristic Study. 8, I have to discard 1. I'm gonna pitch this Scalding Tarn.
Alright, I will move to untap. Phase then. Upkeep. Roll for Crypt. Odds or damage. Damage. Go to draw step. Guess we go to combat.
Fucking weird.
Guess I'm sending my 2 beef eaters at Joey, my professional Facebreaker at Izlain, and my Fairy Mastermind at Rev. And I have a trigger to draw on attack. Trigger with Borb Rigmos. I think I am going to discard Mana Confluence and shoot the Toothy. That is yours, Joey. That doesn't feel good. 12 coming to you, Joey. I've got 2 going at
I already took about 2.
Izlain and 2 at Rev. Making 3 treasures with Professional Facebreaker go to 4 treasures total. Crack a treasure to activate Professional Facebreaker. Exile Keen Sense. I guess I'm cracking another treasure. Exiling another card with Professional Facebreaker. Chord of Calling. Cast a Chord of Calling where X equals 3.
Okay, I'm gonna. I have a Heuristic Study trigger, but I'm gonna hold priority on it. I'm gonna cast a Mystical Tutor. I'm gonna get
I'm just saying.
Force of Will to the top of my library, and then you can decide if you want to pay for it.
Nope, I'm not going to pay for it. You may draw.
I'll put this in my hand because I'll just draw it off Heuristic then. I think a 3-drop can't be worse than Elishnorn, so I'm gonna have to let this resolve.
I'm going to get an Eternal Witness to the battlefield. I'm going to target... I guess out of these choices, I'm targeting my Fierce Guardianship. I'm going to target my Ledger Shredder. I did not pay for your Heuristic Study, Joey. I don't know if I told you that.
All right, I'll yoink a card.
And I will have
Alright,
a Fairy
I'm gonna
Mastermind
Force
trigger.
of
You've
Will.
drawn
I'm
2,
just kidding.
correct?
Yeah, that was my second card. You can have your trigger. I got
Yay.
nothing on Keen Sense.
I will shock in a breeding pool. How about that? That's it. I moved end step and pass.
Untap. I have 2 triggers. I will roll for Crypt. Evens are safe. I rolled a 6. My Crypt has been friendly. I will pay for Pact by paying a life for a blue, adding another blue, and adding 3. I will draw for turn.
That's probably
Yep.
best.
I'm just going to pass the turn.
Untap. Crypt Trigger. Roll 4. Draw for turn. Wow. Urza Saga. Jeska.
If Jeska resolves, she'll enter with, is it 3 counters, Rev?
3 counters.
I think I am going to attempt to Fierce Guardianship that, paying for your Heuristic
You
Study.
guys really don't like me.
Cool.
Zone Forge heading over to Kirk.
So I'll take it.
Okay, I'll gain 2. I'll pass.
Alright, untapping. Nothing on my upkeep. No, yoink a card. It's tapped out. Yeah, I'll play this Misty. I'll crack the Misty. Pay a life. Go get a or Tropical Island. I haven't gotten that this game. I got it last game. There's a Tropical Island. And I bet you can all guess what I'm going to do.
Consecrated Sphinx?
I'll tap for 6. There it is. 7. I got 7 in hand. I'm passing.
Untap. Crypt Trigger. That's damage. Before we go to draw step, I'd like to channel Otawara Bouncing Consphinx.
Oh, I hate that.
I absolutely love that.
Go to draw. Guess go straight into combat. Izlain, Legend Treasure's coming your way. Borb, Rigmos, and Fblthp is going at Joey, as is Eternal Witness and Professional Facebreaker. Those are both going to you, Joey. And then Fairy Mastermind is going to you, Rev. And I have a Borb Rigmos trigger to draw a card.
Pick my 6.
And then I have a Ledger Shredder trigger to draw if that deals damage to his lane.
Alright, so I'll take what, 10?
10, yep, sorry. Play Tropical Island is my land.
At this point, Joey, I think you just let me have the Elvish Norn, because maybe that slows some of this bullshit down.
Yeah, I'll definitely let you have it this turn.
Sorry, I should get 3 treasures from Professional Facebreaker. I'm going to crack a treasure to the Professional Facebreaker.
Sure.
Exiling the Finale of Devastation. This I can cast till end of turn. Cast the dockside that's in my hand. How about that?
Rhystic Study.
Not paying.
Oh, you like a card. Force of Will. Pitching a Ghostly Flicker.
Dothie.
Grave to the exile of Dothie goes.
Hell
Yep.
yeah.
It's really unfortunate, yeah.
I think I will just move to end step and pass the turn.
Untap, roll for
I
crit.
should
I
have
rolled
a
a 2.
sec-
I will draw. I'm gonna play a fish.
Rhystic Study.
You can
I don't
have
have
it.
anything.
Floating 1. I'd like to cast your Imp Recruiter, Kirk.
And I will have a Fairy Mastermind trigger.
Imp Recruiter,
That's your
ETB.
second- That's your second spell also, right?
Yes.
So I have a Ledger Shredder trigger also I have to resolve. Jesus.
Cool.
Draw. I can already tell you I'm discarding this Mox Diamond in my hand. That's trash.
I'm gonna grab a Dockside. I'm floating a colorless, so I would like to put Dockside on the stack.
Rhystic Study.
Can't pay.
In response to Dockside on the stack, I'm going to sack a treasure to exile the top card of my library with Professional Facebreaker. It's Orcish Lumberjack to the actual exile zone. Then I'll just float a blue.
Okay, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 on Revs, 2 on Joey's, that's 6, and so 8. I'd like to crack Dothie, attempt to cast Elzrum.
Rhystic Study.
I'll crack one.
So these hit the grave because there's no more Dothie, right?
There is no more Dothie. These guys get +2/+2.
I would go at the person who is firmly in the lead.
Yeah, that was my
Can't
thought.
attack himself.
Kirk, 4. And then I will pass the turn.
Untap. Crypt Trigger. Drop a turn.
Feels-
Cast a Jeska. What's -4 hitting Borb, hit Dockside, hit Imperial Recruiter.
There should have been a fish trigger on Jeska.
Yeah, there also should have been a Rhystic Study trigger.
Here's a risk study pay. I can't pay for fish.
Anyway.
Alright, I draw.
Fast turn.
Wow, do I even want to play that? There's an island, there's a crypt.
Fish.
Go ahead. I'd like to cast the Consphinx. Then I'll tap for 2 more. Cast a...
Fish. Draw.
I'm not paying for fish. You please
Okay.
draw, yeah.
Yep.
I would love for you to draw. I'll draw 2. You don't have to draw,
Oh.
but I'd love for you to.
I did.
Then I have a Ledger Shredder trigger, and I don't think it's a May.
Yeah, you have to draw from Ledger Shredder.
So I will draw.
I'll draw 2.
And discard. Land nowhere else seems pretty terrible here.
Alright, I think I'm going to... Might just go to discard. 4, 5, 6.
If you're moving to end step, I have actions. Alright, I'm gonna attempt to roll off the Sphinx.
Rhystic Study.
I will not pay.
I'll cast an Essence Flux targeting Consphinx.
Remora. With the draw trigger for Remora on the stack, I would like to mental misstep your Essence Flux.
Ledger Shredder trigger because that's your second spell, right, Izlain?
It is, yes. Yeah, that trigger happens, so I think that resolves before Joey's.
Yeah, I have a
shit.
Rhystic Study too, yeah.
Yep, so I'm going to respond by my... So I've got my Ledger Shredder draw, right?
Yeah, so you draw 2,
And I have to
Joey.
discard. Ugh.
After you discard.
Yeah.
Discard Sylvan Safekeeper. Yep, now we're at your Rhystic Study trigger, Joey.
Yeah, Rhystic
Yeah,
Study.
and I did not pay. So you draw that. And then misstep on the Essence Flux.
Misstep can resolve.
Okay.
And then Deadly Relic on the stack. I'll Flusterstorm it.
With Flusterstorm on the stack, I'll crack 7 and attempt to overload a Cyclonic Rift.
Rhystic Study.
Can't pay.
Yeah, I got nothing on Remora. I'm sorry, on Rift.
Plan offer you can't refuse on the Cyclonic Rift, paying for Rhystic Study.
Remora, yeah.
Can't pay for your Remora.
I won't draw. Alright, so I get 2 treasures. We're back to Rollick.
Oh yeah, I have a million Flusterstorm copies.
Yep,
targeting
so
Relic.
that's countered.
If I want to move to end step, I just have to go to discard. Get Probe, Flooded Strand, Island, Ancient Tomb, City of Ass, Cephalid Coliseum, and Waterlogged Grove.
Alright, moved on tap. Trigger of Mana Crypt. Evens. Before moving to draw step, sorry, I might upkeep. Cast a Worldly Tutor. Pay for Rhystic Study, but I'm just trying to decide with what.
I can't draw. Like, if I draw, he just draws. So it's fucked.
I know.
Ugh.
On top, go to draw step.
So I'll draw 2 on your draw.
And then I'm going to pay for Ristic Study, cast a Soul Ring. Pay for
You
Ristic
have
Study,
2
I'm
cards
going to
in hand.
cast
I would be
Phantasmal
drawing.
Image. That is my second spell, so I'll have a Ledger Shredder trigger.
So you're still giving him draws anyway. God damn
If I
it.
want to, I will draw and discard. You have a trigger on your thing. Discarding Flinthorn Buccaneer, sadly. Well, it's an Elvish Norn. His lanes and my shit's back to status quo. Move to combat. Joey coming at you. You have a million cards in hand. So I'm coming at you with my 11 some bullshit Ledger Shredder and a 2/3 Professional Face Breaker.
Yeah, I'm blocking.
Take 2. I'll make a treasure. I got nothing else. Pass turn.
Let's roll for crypts. Evens are safe.
Can I
I got a
even fucking
4.
roll for-
Remora, I mean, it's just 1. We'll crack a treasure.
Online.
Draw for turn. We'll play an Underground River. Cast the old Combat Celebrant.
Mystic Study.
Yeah, I'll pay. I'm just gonna pass the turn.
Alright, untap, upkeep, crypt. 3/3. Draw for turn. Versus trigger, tap it for white, or put a Jeweled Lotus on the battlefield. Now I'll cast the Lion's Eye Diamond.
There it is.
Remora.
2.
I will draw.
You pay for Ristic.
No.
Mystic Remora trigger. And
Mystic Study as
Ristic.
well.
Alright.
Draw.
I'll draw.
I'm going to -3. And I'm going to target the Fimage, the Professional Face Breaker, and Kirk's Face for 3. Oh, you, Joey. I'm done.
Oh, shit. Okay. I'll untap. Roll for Crypt. Evens are safe. Taking 3. Play a Minamo as my land for turn. I'd like to play a Carpet of Flowers.
Remora.
Go ahead.
With that trigger on the stack, I would like to cast this Vampire.
I'll muddle that.
Alright, it's muddled.
I'll go to second main and I'll target Kirk. Kirk, you have 3 islands. I'll make 3 green, and then I'll cast an Ewit, and that does die.
That's a Ledger Shredder trigger, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Draw. Discard. Land.
It dies, but you still get the trigger, right? The
Yeah,
ETB?
dies, but I'll get a trigger. I'll get the March of Swirling Mist back to my hand, and then I'm going to cast the March of Swirling Mist, exiling a Rainstorm. So I'm going to target Elish Norn, and I guess I'll just target Evelyn as well, I guess.
Remora trigger.
Go ahead.
I'll draw.
Alright, now I'll cast the Kinnet. Play this Mox Opal.
Remora.
Go ahead. I'll cast this Talisman of Curiosity.
Remora.
Do yo thing! So I'll do, 2 blue and 1 green.
Sure.
And I'll cast a Fabricate.
Remora.
Go ahead.
Alright, I would like
about
to tap for a black and cast a Dark Ritual. Opposition agent.
I got nothing. What do you want from my deck?
We'll take Metamorph.
More
Put
bodies.
it in exile.
Tap 4 for the 1 ring.
Remora.
Go ahead. Draw a card off of the ring. Cast this Dramatic Reversal. Or actually,
Remora?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it that way. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so I'll untap. Tap into Manamo to untap the 1 ring again.
Yeah.
Draw 3. Cast Narset.
Remora.
Go ahead.
I will cast a Force of Negation, exiling a Force of Will.
Okay. Ristic Study.
I will pay and lose a life.
Veil of Summer.
Fuck's sake. Remora.
Go ahead.
I tried, boys.
So I'll -2 her. Look at top 4. Get a non-creature, non-land from among them, I think it is. It's an Echo of Eons. And then these go on the bottom for a Grim Monolith. And cast the Echo of Eons.
So we shuffle hands and graveyards in and draw nothing, except for
time-
Rev draws 1.
There's a Chrome Mox. And I'm going to pitch a Fabricate's not that good with an Oppo out.
Like-
Pass turn here.
Untap, upkeep, roll for crypt.
Good.
Go to draw. I'm going to cast Borb, Brigmost, and Fblthp. ETB, I cannot draw. Move 10 step.
You're not
Pass
going
the
to turn.
These phase back in. I will roll for Crypt on upkeep. Roll to 6. Dude, I have not taken any damage from this Crypt. This has been a fucking great fucking Crypt. Pay. Yeah, I think I'm going to pay for Mystic because I can't draw extra cards anyway, but like maybe that thing dies. And then I'll draw for turn. I'd like to attempt to REB the Ristic.
Are you paying for it?
I paid.
I'll tap this Chrome Mox for blue and I'll Swan Song that.
Move to combat. I'm for it Rev and for it Narset.
Yep. Taken.
All right, and then I'm just gonna pass.
Untap. Got a trigger. I'll take another 3. Draw for turn. I'm gonna play an Inventor's Fair. Let's -2 Jeska and shoot Izlain in the face for 2. 3 is going. No, sorry, 2 is going at your face, Kirk, and then 2 on Borb mouse. I'll pass.
Evens are safe. Safe, hey, look
My
at
mistake.
that. Take 3 damage from the One Ring. So go to
Yep.
6, and draw a card. I'll activate the One Ring. Draw 4. Then I'll tap the One Ring. I'll draw 5. I'll go to second main and I'll make my 3 blue off carpet. Cast a Helm of Awakening.
Remora.
Go ahead. I'll overload a Psych Rift.
Remora.
And
Go ahead.
leadership.
Go ahead, both of you.
Your Remora would resolve first.
I drew.
Draw. Discard. Teamer Sabertooth. Sure. I got nothing on it. I pass.
Yeah, I pass.
Pick up all your shit and cast the Kitten.
I would like to Mind Drake trap the kitten.
Ristic Study.
I'll pay and lose a life.
I'll show you a pact. Cast the Lotus Petal, and I'll flicker Mox Opal, I guess. Off Mox Opal, and I'll cast Soul Ring for free. Again, flickering Mox Opal. And I'm gonna transmute a Muddle. I'm gonna go get a card. Dramatic Reversal. Dramatic Reversal. Trigger Kitten. Flicker the Mox Opal, and I'll float another blue before the Dramatic resolves. And then all this untaps. Yeah, and then I'm gonna try to draw 6. Here's a Flooded Grove. Just cast a Veil of Summer to draw. Trigger Kitten. I'm gonna actually flicker my One Ring, I think, and I will tap it to.
Did you
Draw a
draw off
card.
your veil?
Oh no, I didn't. I'll draw off Veil, and then I'll tap the One Ring to put a counter on it and draw a card. Cast the Reality Chip. All my floating mana to equip, and I'll look at the top card of my library. Sapphire Medallion. I'm gonna flicker the One Ring again. I'll cast Toothy with the Chrome Mox and the Grim Monolith. Then I'll use the One Ring to draw. Put a counter on Toothy. Cast a Chain of Vapor, targeting my Mana Crypt, and I'll hold priority. And I'm just going to float a bunch of mana. So 3 blue, 1 green, 2 colorless. And I'm targeting my Mana Crypt with that. Kitten trigger. I will flicker Toothy. Draw a card, and put the counter right back on him. And I'll look at the top with Reality Chip. Or I'll leave this up. I'll just start sacking lands. So sack a land, target Grim Monolith. Sack a land, grab Chrome Mox back. Sack a land, grab Mox Opal. Sack a land, grab Soul Ring. Then I'm gonna sack these 3 lands to get these 3, and then I'm gonna float another blue, so go to 4 blue, and sack this to get my Lotus Petal back. Mana Crypt, flicker the One Ring.
Yeah, so doesn't it make more
Yeah.
sense to do that? So then Toothy gets bigger for flickers?
Yeah, and then I'll draw a card and put a 1/1 counter on Toothy. Play the Mox Diamond off the top, pitching a Yavimaya flicker. I'll flicker the One Ring again, and then I'll tap it to draw this card off the top. Mana Vault
And
for
counter on
free.
Toothy, right?
Yeah, another counter on Toothy. Flicker the One Ring, draw. Yeah, play a Jeweled Lotus, flicker One Ring, tap it, draw a card, put a counter on Toothy. The Lotus Petal. I'll still flicker the One Ring one more time. Tap to draw that card. Put a counter on Toothy. Get Probe, targeting Rev. I'll look at your hand. You can just show the class.
Alrighty.
I'll flicker Toothy on this one, so I'll draw 6. And then I have the Get Probe draw, so I'll draw 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ewit, get back, Dramatic Reversal. Pay 1 mana for Isochron. I'll flicker Toothy, I'll draw 7 more. I'll imprint the Reversal. So here I have Infinite Draw, and I have cracked this for a Worldly Tutor. I'll go get the Lab Man,